Cancer, I hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be a reading for June 13th to the 19th, 2022. So in this reading, Cancer, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides regarding June 13th to the 19th, 2022. But before we begin this reading, Cancer, as always, I would like to let you know that you are super welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading. I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. And if you feel that this reading resonates with you, Cancer, definitely smash that like button and subscribe if you have not already for future updates. That would also be greatly appreciated, Cancer. So let's just go ahead and jump in and see what it is that's coming your way for the sign of Cancer for the 13th to the 19th. June 2022. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for Cancer. Let's go ahead and see what we got here for you, Cancer. Okay. All right, Cancer. All right. So there seems like there's going to be a lot of improvement in your physical reality. Like I see you like basically not bullshitting yourself anymore and like being willing to do the work to get where you want to go and doing so in a very fun way. I feel like there's a new perspective shift in your life. What's coming through, Cancer, right away is that there's a switch in your mind that instead of seeing, this is going to sound weird, but instead of seeing failure and success as opposites, Spirit's telling me you're going to start to see failure as actually part of success. Because there's this resistance in your energy field to try something new. I'm getting a hobby, but most likely financially, because of the fear of failure. What will other people think of me? I'm also getting that you're very hard on yourself. Maybe even less than other people. You're very hard on yourself, Cancer. And Spirit is telling you that you are amazing and that just remember that failure is part of success. Because if you fail, you don't actually fail. You just learn clearly what you're meant for and what you're not meant for, or mistakes that you made or that you didn't make. But you have to be humble enough to admit to those mistakes. The awareness is not always fun. So instead of thinking, because your ego is here, so I'll show you the cards, but remember your ego is here to tell you that you're already the king. Your ego is here to tell, and I'm not saying you're fully an ego, but we all are to a certain degree. Your ego is telling you that you're already the king. Everyone should just come to me because I'm amazing. But the truth is that there are readjustments that have to be made in your life, and I think you're ready to do it. You have the Knight of Wands here in your opportunity. The Knight of Wands is an energy of like, let's just make it happen. Like, let's set this up. You want to fly to Las Vegas? Like, let's just do it. There's an opportunity to like have that fire in your heart, and it's very most likely going to translate into both love and career. But I do sense this frequency of wanting more out of life, being more excited about life, and it starts with this Knight of Wands. Very powerful. There also could be a lot of people courting you, especially I'm getting, if you're a male, Cancer, you might have a love interest that you really want to go for. If you embody more of a feminine energy as a Cancer, I get there's a lot of love offers coming your way, by the way, while this is going on with what I was just channeling before. So it's a lot. You have the Page of Swords here, Cancer, in your challenge. So this is getting more information. This is getting the necessary information to move forward and to line up with what it is that you're really meant to do. To align your head and your heart here. I feel like your heart is calling you in a certain direction, that your head is basically like your mind is like stopping you from going in a certain direction here. The Page of Swords in your challenge as well could just be not getting the proper information on, especially certain people in love around you, Cancer. I'm getting that there are people that are good for you, and there are people that are not. And you may be trying to convince yourself that the people who are not good for you are good for you because it kind of helps you stay in your comfort zone. Whereas the people who are good for you kind of challenge you, and that may make you feel uncomfortable. But, and I understand that, trust me, I'm not above this at all, Cancer. Like when someone I'm like going to date with is like on my level or higher, I'm kind of like tripping. I'm like, oh God, here we go. But if I'm dating someone who I'm like, oh, well, I mean, that's my ego. Like, let's be real. But, because you can learn, the universe, you learn something from everyone, Cancer. So, in your overall general energy here, you have the Page of Pentacles, you have the Ace of Pentacles, and you also have the Seven of Wands in your overall general energy. So I'm getting here, Cancer, very strongly that there is a certain new avenue that you're very excited to go through financially. This could be a career change. If it's not a full change, it's starting a side hustle and just bringing absolute enthusiasm into this, right? Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles is very powerful. But you do have the Seven of Wands here, and I'm really getting, Cancer, I'm really getting that either you're being very hard on yourself or someone is being very hard on you. This could be parents, but Spirit is literally just screaming at me to tell you that failure is part of success. And part of the reason why many people who have all of the potential in the world to be successful at whatever their heart-chosen desire is because they run into maybe like 3, 4, 5 setbacks, failures, and then they just give up and they say, oh, it must not be meant for me, but success is a choice. And if you can, every time you run into a failure, you get more information. So just remember that, Cancer. I don't know who's being hard on you. I don't know if this is, it's deep though. It's deep as to why this is happening. It's deep. Now, in your, what you don't see coming, you have the Page of Cups, you have the Knight of Swords, and you also have the Ace of Wands, and they're all moving in the same direction. Okay, this is a love offer. This is also you having fun with life, moving in the same direction, but I'm telling you there's a big blind spot, Cancer, because if you look at the layout of this reading, they're all moving in the same direction, and they're all creeping up on that Page of Swords, who's your challenge. This is your challenge, Cancer. There's energy moving your way that you're not really getting the proper information on. You're not. I don't know what this is about. We're going to have to clarify. I'm getting that this is some sort of subconscious thing, if I'm just being honest with you. There's something that it's like, because, this is, let's just be honest, is very immature energy coming your way. And you're showing up as the queen. Like the advice from your spirit guide is that you are going to level up. You're due to level up. The World card to the Queen of Wands is your advice from your spirit guides, Cancer. This is the advice, right? The World is the opposite of the Fool. It talks about going through the Fool's journey and being the master of the world. Right? But the master of the world, you don't get to this without making a bunch of failures and learning from those failures. And the Queen of Wands is someone who's wonderful. And this is who you really are, Cancer. But Spirit is letting you know that in this challenge row and what you don't see coming, you're surrounded by a lot of immature energy. And it's not that you're not even meant to engage in that. It's can you properly compartmentalize and resource people for what they are. This is going deep, Cancer. The Knight of Wands is your opportunity. So I'm not saying you don't take these love offers. I'm just saying that you must resource people for what they really are. Here's the thing, Cancer. If I could break it down, there's love offers coming in that they may be masquerading as an angel of light. They may be masquerading as a business CEO, empire person, but they're really not. There's energy coming into your life that is immature, and if you try to go with these people for the wrong reasons, it's not going to be good for you. Like, for example, I have friends in my life that I can resource for what they are. We can call them my yuck friends, okay? Where we're going to fool around, We're gonna fucking box. We're gonna do crazy shit, and that's it. I'm not gonna talk to them about business. I'm not gonna talk to them about, hey, like, it's not. So you need to categorize people, and then also create time for you. Does this make sense? This is the weirdest reading ever. But in the advice from your spirit guides, you have the Queen of Wands, you have the World, and you have the Ace of Swords. So you know where you're going. I feel like whoever is listening to this reading, you are destined for wealth. You're destined, what the hell? You are destined for great things, Cancer. There's no doubt about it. Some of you have already created it, and it's just adding on to it nuance. But for a lot of you Cancers out there, I mean, there's a lot of stimulation in your life that is either going to distract you from your end goal or is going to propel you. And I just don't know if you're... I think that you're idealizing certain people and demonizing other people, whereas you need to be more open, Cancer. Like, I understand this is like a shit show of a reading, or it's not, right? Because they're often not. When you meet a certain person, it's like you have to understand that there's depth behind the person. Like the mask that they present to you, there's usually depth to it. So instead of categorizing them, think of each human being as a universe unto themselves. But what I'm telling you, Cancer, because I'm telling you that there's people around you who you think that they're the King of Pentacles universe, the potential for it, when really they're just like a Page of Cups. And there's people who you may literally may be perceiving as a Page of Cups who is actually going to be a King of Pentacles, or who already is. So resource people, don't be too quick to judge, and always trust your intuition, Cancer. But let's go ahead and get into your reading and see what's going on here. New opportunity. You have opportunities all over the place to increase your abundance. I will say that. But it's all about what's going to make you happy. Let's go ahead and clarify why this Seven of Wands, kind of being on the defense, is in your overall general energy. Because you see, Cancer, there's opportunities right in front of your face that you're basically not really resonating with. I'm not sure why. It's going to be different for different Cancers, but you see the Ace being offered, but that Seven of Wands, once again, being blindsided, like, nah, like, F off. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and clarify why the Seven of Wands is here, though, Cancer, for you. High Priestess, but hold on. Ace of Wands, yeah. Rejecting failure, or not being willing to start because of the risk of failure. But once again, failure, never let society tell you what failure and success is. That's a recipe for disaster. You got to figure it out yourself as well. So... you got to think of, I feel like it's Rihanna or Beyonce. I think it was Beyonce who published 300 songs. 300 songs. And it was like her her 300th song that popped off eventually. Imagine how much, she learned from those 3 other songs not really doing well. Yeah, the Seven of Wands is clarified by the Seven of Pentacles here. This is changing the way that you interact with your resources and being willing to cultivate more wealth in your life, but I'm getting that has to come from a different way. Maybe not being so defensive to when people... Because to be honest, whenever I do these Cancer... I swear to God, whenever I do these Cancer readings, I'm getting... people are like, oh, fuck this dude. I literally get, I don't know if there's a bunch of Cancers who hate me out there or something, but, so a lot of you are very defensive. I'm just going to be honest, Cancer. It's I could say one little thing to you, and it's going to be oh, I'm done, bye-bye. And by the way, that's your superpower is your sensitivity. Superpower. Brilliant. Amazing. But it's that also, you have to view the cons of that, right? And it's not even your sensitivity. It's just there's a super defensive energy here in this reading. Not for all of you, by the way. And this could be someone in your life that I'm picking up on. This could be that you want to do a business deal with someone and if it's not resonating. It could be someone in your life as well. Roles always could be reversed, Cancer. But let's go ahead and clarify why this Knight of Wands is your opportunity. Just kind of get your feet dirty, get your feet wet, if you will. Because I'm telling you, Spirit is telling you, if you could just push forward through these blocks, Cancer, there's abundance, there's a very big reward waiting for you on the other side of resistance. There really is. So, why is the Knight of Wands here in your opportunity? Remember, Cancer, what angers you controls you. What angers you controls you, right? But of course, non-reactivity is also a doorway to spiritual abuse. So maybe you guys are on another level, I don't know. Knight of Wands is clarified by the Tower here, Cancer. I'm telling you, you got to go forward into the darkness. You got to shake up what your routine has been. Knight of Wands is like, I'm ready for the Tower. Bring it on. Bring on the changes. But I'm telling you, something in your psyche has to fall apart before this gets better. And it's not even major, Cancer. It literally could be that you put up a side hustle webpage and you get 2 sales from it a week, and then you hire. And instead of being my sales copywriting is the best, and then you finally have that Tower where you're all right, well, let's be open-minded. Let's have someone look at it from a different perspective. And they come in, they change something, and you make 10 sales a week instead of 2, right? But if you're just something like that, okay? So whatever that is in your life, it could be a certain way at your job, a certain way of behaving. Let's go ahead, Cancer, because there is opportunity everywhere. There really is. Why is the Page of Swords your challenge? Why is the Page of Swords your challenge here? And then we're going to get out of here, Cancer. But let's go ahead and see. There's great things coming in for you, Cancer. I will tell you that. You have abundance, and abundance is always great. You have abundance in love. You have abundance in opportunity. Just make sure you're using that intuition to discern what's right for you and what's wrong for you. I can't make that choice. That's something that you have to do for yourself. I've destroyed my relationships with the Cancerians. Great. Yeah, the Five of the Swords is clarified by the Page of Swords is clarified by the Five of Swords. I'm telling you, there's people around you that you're keeping around that are no good for you. They're going to keep you stuck. They're going to keep you trapped, and you're not getting the proper information on them. So I would do some meditations. I would definitely don't be afraid to confront a lot of deep shit here, Cancer. So with that being said, though, the advice from your spirit guides is you are leveling up. You are going to enter into an upward spiral here. There's no doubt about that. So with that being said, Cancer, I think you're going to have a great, fun, all over the place week like usual. So I hope you enjoyed this reading.